Never, ever, ever give up. Things will work out just fine. Look at the way I've been treated lately, especially by the media. No politician in history, and I say this with great surety, has been treated worse or more unfairly. You can't let them get you down.
All right, the president not letting an opportunity to speak at the U.S. Coast Guard Academy in New London, Connecticut, to remind those in the audience, particularly those young graduating cadets, that, look, I've been having some battles of my own here with the media, slamming the media, and where it is going from here in this nonstop attack, he says. It isn't fair, isn't remotely balanced, and even worse, whatever happened to Richard Nixon. Fox News contributor Katie Pavlich, former CIA spokesperson Bill Harlow. Bill, is he right?
No, I don't think so. I mean, he is, in fact, right that he has had a lot of negative press, but it's the wrong approach to attack the media, to go after them, and to bring attention to it. He ought to stick to the facts. He ought to defend himself without getting combative. And
he was doing that, Katie, for much of the speech when he was talking about, obviously, the long tradition of the Coast Guard and the history of that fine place, beginning with Alexander Hamilton, who founded it. But when he gets into the media attacks, he's kind of serving them up to go after him again, isn't he?
Absolutely, and I think that commencement speeches are the wrong place for politics, even if you are being treated unfairly. And I think it's unfortunate that the president, the commander-in-chief, chose that venue to again make this complaint against the media. Look, the president needs to decide if he likes attention, whether it's negative or positive attention, or if he just wants positive attention. If he wants the focus to be on his agenda, he can't keep fueling the fire in terms of going after the media and acting like they're going to change. Their job is to hold him accountable. They've been unfair. They've published things that are not true. But for him to continue to get distracted with that, instead of working on things like fulfilling a number of hiring positions within government agencies to stop these leaks, is only a distraction to his agenda and actually hurtful in terms of the long-term goals of the White House.
But you know, Bill, one thing I found intriguing, the president did not forget about that agenda. He used this speech as well to remind folks in the audience there and those watching on TV, hey, I'm still going full steam ahead with the tax cut thing, the health care thing, the ease up on regulation thing. So I guess for those who were interpreting this as a sign that might be stymied, it might very well be, but as he sees it, not. It did little to move the markets one way or the other. They were down and stayed down, but what do you make of that?
Well, I think he has a responsibility to keep moving forward with his agenda, but if he thinks he can counter-program against the crises, if he can ignore it and it will go away, that's not going to work. They need to address the crises directly and fully while still doing the job of the president.
Do you find real quickly then, Katie, on that whole thing of that it's going to be, at this point, the FBI director's word or memo versus the president? I don't know, in other words, he said kind of thing, and that they're going to need, or his critics or those who want to, you know, compare this to Watergate, they're going to need something more substantive, and they don't have it yet.
I think they're going to need more evidence. I mean, I think it's right when the Oversight Committee chairman says, look, if you're going to cite a memo as solid evidence that the President of the United States obstructed justice, as they're saying, you better produce the memo. And we haven't seen a physical copy of that. And so I think Congress is doing their job to defend the White House in a substantive way in terms of asking for proof. But in terms of what the White House can do, I think that they can focus on stopping the leaks that are coming out of their offices, because that's really the main problem they're dealing with.